The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is Cowboys Storyline, presented by Gillette, the official shave of the Dallas Cowboys. Here's Nick Eatman.
What's up? Welcome to Cowboys Storyline, presented by Gillette, Friday, October 31st. Happy Halloween to everyone, if that's your thing. I'm sure with this group, it probably is. I feel like we got a lot of, Halloween-loving people here for the Storyline crew. I can't say I'm in that group. You know, I'm not necessarily the Scrooge of Halloween, but it's not my favorite holiday. But, you know, when you have kids, they certainly love it. So we'll be walking around doing all that. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Cowboys and Cardinals. This will be our last show before the game. No shows on Monday. Give everybody kind of a little morning and afternoon off before they have a late night. Monday night, let's see if the Cowboys can get a win going into the bye week. Remember, the Cardinals coming off a bye, so we'll see how they respond to that. So it'll be a lot of good stuff to talk about. I'm sure you guys will throw in some picks as well. All right, 888-855-2297. We start off today with a first-time caller, Carl in Albuquerque, New Mexico. What's up?
Hey, Nick. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm a little nervous. I've never called into one of these before.
Well, have you ever talked on the phone before?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, then that's all we're doing, man. What's up? What's up, Carl?
I'm doing all right. So I grew up I didn't grow up in Albuquerque. I grew up in Grand Prairie, Texas. Went to high school in Grand Prairie. Played football since I was 6 years old. Played all the way through high school. Just to give you a background, and I'm just thinking to myself, my dad and I watched football. My dad, up until he died, he knew every high school player in the state and where he went to college, where he ended up. That's our level of football enthusiasm.
Nice. Love it.
Now, I do not understand, Nick. I've been watching the boys play for a long time, and we're talking about, I listen to other programs with ESPN, maybe other podcasters, and they're like, oh, man, our players just suck. Well, and I'm confused by this.
Okay.
And the reason why is because we're talking about the most elite players to ever play football in the world.
Yeah.
And they can't play fundamental football. I don't understand it. Help me understand why the most elite players, even the third-string running back on the worst team on the NFL, is the best player anybody even heard of in high school. Why aren't they better?
Well, I mean, it's all relative, right? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's all. I mean, people are. If you're 6 foot tall in junior high, you're the tallest person ever, and if they put you in the NBA, you're the shortest. I mean, so. Yeah, that they were great, but everybody keeps moving up. Everybody moves up. These players are moving up, and you know, here they are in the NFL, and it's all got to come together. I mean, it's got the coaches, the system, the players, their work ethic. All of it's got to come together. And what it is right now is they're an average football team, a little bit below average. They'll probably be average after Monday night, but they're a little bit below average. That's what this team is. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not understanding your question.
I guess I'm just frustrated because I
understand that.
Because I don't believe they're not good players. I just don't believe that.
Well, yeah,
I just can't.
Yeah, of course they are good. Yeah, they're all good players. Everybody
Absolutely.
Practice squad player is a good player. The guys that are in college right now that are not going to make it in the NFL, those guys are good players. So yeah, relatively to the world, they're good players. But this is the elite of the elite. You know what I mean? I mean, this is it.
Exactly.
So. It's not good players. It's just the combination of everything that's happened with this coaching staff, these players, and getting it all together. And you know, their defense is just not good at all.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. Now, I have one more question.
Okay.
And this is a basic football question. So when it's 3rd down and 3, 3rd down and 6, 3rd down and 8, 4th down and 2, whatever we're doing, why aren't our receivers going to the sticks and getting the first down? Why are we throwing underneath the first down marker? I don't understand that.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I could say to that is, do they have the time to get there? 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, sure, they should be fine. And I wouldn't think you would run a route short of that. But 3rd and 11, and your guy gets 7 yards and it turns around, and that's mainly maybe because the offensive line's not blocking well enough to get you that far. That happens too. That happened in this last game where why aren't they throwing deep? They can't get there. They can't.
No, I get the deep ball.
So
but on the 3rd and manageable, I just feel like every route should go to the sticks.
It's true. I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but if it's 3rd and 11, where do you think, and they're playing off coverage, where do you think that the cornerbacks and safeties are stopping? It's probably about 11 yards, 10. You know what I mean? So they're giving you underneath, and that's the inviting play. And it's up to the receiver. They got to fight through that. They got to figure out a way to get past that, and the line's got to block long enough and all that. So yeah, it's a frustrating thing. I mean, it happens a lot, but it's kind of like we're giving you that, we're baiting you that, and we're gonna go make the tackle, and that's kind of the play. But all right, Carl, it was good talking to you, man.
Hey, man, thanks for taking my call.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll call back, maybe I won't.
Oh, well.
Man, I'm just frustrated, bro.
I know. That's the theme right there. And thanks, Carl. There's going to be people with different names, different cities, different states, different time zones. But the frustration is something that everybody has, and that's why you guys are kind of united here. That's right, man. He didn't get his first-time caller. All right, Steve. He's in Newport, Washington. Steve.
Hello, how you doing? I know you're doing good. I'm doing good. Everybody's doing good.
Love it. Yep.
I'm the one that told you before that, we got 5 points to the star and we got 5 Super Bowls.
Oh, yeah,
We're not going to get another Super Bowl until we add another point to the star because we're full. So I know I got a couple comments and then a question.
Okay.
I got who'd have thought that this point in the season that the Baltimore Ravens would have a worse record than the Cowboys. I wouldn't have believed that. And then also, I knew we'd be better than the Dolphins because at least our coach wears long pants and does wear those cute little capris like the Dolphins coach does. But anyway, my question would be, what are we going to do about Diggs? I'm thinking that he's not playing up to his massive contract, that he's got. I don't know that we'd be able to trade him if he's on IR. I don't know if that's a possibility.
Yeah. If
we even want to trade him, or is that something that's going to have to wait till next year if he doesn't play in as many games as he plays in this year? I just kind of think he's lost his motivation, and maybe it's time to cut bait with that player.
There's a lot going on. A lot going on with Diggs, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Keep going.
And then the score, probably 43-40 with Aubrey kicking a field goal in the last minute. Maybe whoever has the ball last wins.
Yeah.
This coming week.
Yep, I agree. A lot of points going to be scored in this game. There's no doubt.
Yep.
All right, Steve. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'll try to tackle.
That was it.
All right.
I'll listen to your answers offline.
All right. Thanks, Steve. The Diggs one is that's a tough situation to even try to dissect because there's a lot happening behind the scenes, and obviously the Cowboys want him to handle his business a certain way, and that stemmed from the offseason where he didn't rehab here, and the Cowboys exercised a clause in his contract where they could get $500,000 from him, and that's part of it. That's part of the contract, and that's another thing. And you said something here, Steve, about he's lost his motivation. I mean, if that's the case, you don't know if that's the case. I don't know. Nobody really knows that, but that's the pressures of giving these high dollar contracts to these guys, is because you hear contract year, that kind of stuff. But what happens after that? What happens when you get the contract? Then what's the motivation? Because the motivation is high school guys is to get that D1 contract, and D1 guys want to get drafted. And then, in college, you want to get drafted, and you get drafted. You want to get that second contract and all that. Then what? I mean, what's the motivation there? Because if you want to say to win a championship and all that, that should be the answer. It's not always the answer. And so that's what the big worry is. There was worry from the Cowboys about Micah Parsons on that. What's going to happen after that? He's not working that hard here, but he doesn't have to because he is such a freak of an athlete. But what happens when that changes and your work ethic is what you need to kind of keep going on? That's what the worry was. I'm not saying the Cowboys weren't trying to do it and sign him and all that, but there's fear with every player of what happens after that. So if that's the case with Diggs, that's sad. If it's happening, I mean, I still think he's got some left in the tank. Will we see it here? I don't know that. There's so many other little variables about his contract, about what they can do. Will he be on IR? Will he stay on IR? Do you get some kind of insurance back if he's injured all year? There's a lot going on to that. But it doesn't seem like we're going to see a lot more football from Trayvon with the Cowboys, if any. That's sad because I think he's still your best cornerback, especially when it comes to just man-to-man coverage. And this team needs that desperately. So when it's just like having a pass rusher and trading him away. This is what you need, and he's right there, but you're not getting it, and that's frustrating. All right, Sergeant Stu in Fort Worth is next.
Hey, everybody. How you doing, Nick?
Hey, good. How are you?
Great. Hey, I just want to shout that first caller out, man. Thanks so much for calling. Don't be shy.
Mm-hmm.
It is like a phone call. Nick's a really cool guy. I'm trying to tell you guys, don't be shy to call in, man. It's a little bit. It's a little nervous at times, but it's not bad. And I do want to touch on some of the things that he said because I did like his call a lot. He was frustrated about the fundamentals of these athletes, and what I always try to remember is I mean, Nick, you've seen me in person. I'm not a tall guy. I had a big heart, and I knew the game of football, and that's the reason why I was successful, is because I understood and I did the fundamentals the right way. A lot of these guys, they've leaned on their athleticism their entire life. They're just really, really, really great. I mean, guys like Derrick Henry have there's been stories about Derrick Henry coming out and being like, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. But he was such a freak athlete that they knew he could learn those things. You know what I mean? So some of these guys might be dealing with that. I'm not saying all of them, but some of them might be dealing with that. And as far as the throwing the ball before the sticks, again, I don't know the terminology in the NFL, but whenever I played, we did cover 2 sticks, or cover 3 sticks, cover 4 sticks, where we knew the coverage, but we knew not to line up anywhere, where where a running back, a wide receiver is going to get behind us. So
right.
There's calls and there's things that they make sure to do to make sure that you stay at the sticks. There's signals and everything like that. Okay, sorry. But on this game, the Cardinals are one of those teams that always seem to give Dallas trouble. You know what I mean? One of those thorns in your side. And they're currently on a losing streak. This is me being positive. They're on a losing streak. They've been without Kyler, so he could be rusty. That ankle could be hobbling him. Marvin Harrison Jr. has dealt with this, confidence issues, drops, miscues. But Dallas is still giving up, 31 points per game. And I feel like Kyler's going to come out and play like his ankle was replaced by Tony Stark, or Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to play like his dad out there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I am a little bit nervous that the Cardinals might run up the score, and I think they're going to score 31 points. However, I think Dallas is going to score 35. I think Dallas is playing at home. They're pissed off. They just got embarrassed. You know what I mean? And I think I'll even go as far, Nick, to say that I think that Ezraku is going to get something like a game-winning sack. And I don't know why. That's my delusion kicking back in. So, I'm picking Dallas 35-31 this Monday night. Thanks for taking my call, bro.
All right. A lot of stuff there. Boy, it would be nice for Ezraku to have kind of a breakout game, and the Cowboys are waiting for that. And, I keep hearing that he's close. We used to call Anthony Spencer almost Anthony because he was almost there. Every single snap, it seemed like, 3rd and 8, here he comes across the – coming off the edge, and he's almost there, but he didn't make the play. And then he got to the point where he was really good, and he was a Pro Bowler for a couple years, and they gave him franchise tag a couple times. So he turned into a really, really good player, and that's kind of where Ezraku, hopefully, if he can get to that point, that'd be a really good pick. It'd be worth the pick. All right, I see a high-scoring game, 35-31. I mean, it's probably going to take more than that, honestly. I mean, it's probably going to take more than 35 points to win this game. Sebastian in Savannah, Georgia is next. Sebastian.
Good morning. Okay.
How you doing?
Happy Halloween!
Okay. My 2-year-old wanted to say Happy Halloween to everybody.
Wow. I was like, what?
He heard you the first time. So, in the spirit of spooky season, we're going to go with the score 31-28. Okay, we heard you the first two times.
No, once you started it though, it's not. It's open for the rest of the day, maybe the weekend. So yeah.
She's 2. She's going to go all the rest of the day. She's super excited about Halloween. Everybody's got their costumes. We're ready to go. In the spirit of spooky season, I can see that a couple people will be scared of the Cardinals and everything. I'm not so much. I do think we get out of here at 31-25. A big issue is every team that plays us is going to play us hard because we're the Cowboys. We don't get any breaks like anyone else did. But watching all of their games over the week, I've noticed that they lose it late, and it looks like the weaknesses are on their defense. And what's good news is, guys, we're not the 32nd ranked defense this week. We're the 31st ranked defense. We're moving on up, baby steps. So I'm just looking forward to a fun-looking game out here on Sunday, and you guys have a great weekend.
Right. I haven't kept up with the defensive rankings. Surely they didn't improve off of last week's game, or somebody must have gotten worse. Who knows? But the Cardinals. Their Cardinals are kind of middle of the road and everything. They're like 19th this and 17th in that. I mean, that's kind of what they are. And they play these close games. And I'm sure the avid Cardinals fan is saying, this play here, this play. I mean, they're probably about 4 plays away from being like 6-1. I mean, or something. I mean, I'm just sure because they've had so many close games, and every close game comes down to one play. Does the ball bounce your way or does it not? And so usually those things kind of have a way of evening itself out, and that would be the scary part for the Cowboys is this their week to do that? After the bye week, do they clean up a couple things? And they're just so close. They're so close. But, that being said, I don't think they're dominant in anything. And the Cowboys, we've seen their offense, especially at home, can really rack up some points. So it's gonna be one of those games. I think the Cowboys will score a lot of points. They've got to figure out a way, with an extra day here. They've got to figure out a way to get off the field. I mean, they're the worst third down defense in the league and one of the worst ever. And so that's the biggest change right there. They can get off the field and punt to Turpin. I mean, that could change your field position big time. So that's why I always say I think they are a player or two away from having some big changes. I mean, if you can get a player or two that can help you on defense that can just get you off the field. It just prevented that 2nd and 9 run of 5 yards. It was a 1 yard loss. Now it's 3rd and 11, and you do get off the field. And you do get off the field, and now you got the ball, in good field position. So I don't think they're that far away because they just need stops. We saw it in the Washington game. They got a lot of stops. When they get stops, then they go and they play short field, and they go and score a lot of points. So getting off the field is just the biggest thing. And you don't need, a big overhaul in your defense to do that. All right, let's go to Carolina. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Where you at?
Minnesota, man. I'm in Minnesota, man. It's all nice and cool out here. But anyways, it's been a while, man. I wish I had a lot of good things to say, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, man. I was going to say, pick up Lester.
Shout out to Lester, man. I was actually going to call in yesterday. I was going to say shout out to Brian in Kansas, but I was coming through Kansas.
Okay.
But anyways, right? Yeah, man, we had a lot of good things to say, but we're going to start off with, man, I just can't believe how bad the defense is, man. Do you remember a time where our defense was this bad? Like, literally, in the past 20 years. When can you say
2020?
Stop nothing.
2020 was pretty bad. Yeah, 2020.
I mean, it was kind of rough. But at least we weren't that bad in the back end. We couldn't stop the run, but at least the coverage wasn't that bad. I mean, look at all those blown plays, man. Anyways, let's not even. I don't want to dwell on that, man, because what can we do about it outside of make a trade? And like you said, a couple maybe make a difference, make you 20, maybe top 22. But I don't see us being middle of the pack. I don't see no move making us middle of the pack.
Yeah. Sorry,
I
was looking at the
20,
scores of 2020, and I'm like, yeah, that was terrible. I mean, they were giving up 35, 40. I mean, just about every game. So this is about as bad as that. And then there's no, there was also a first-year coach, first-year coordinator. A lot of changes in the offseason. Of course, they were able to practice this year without masks and all that kind of stuff, and now distancing and all that. So you can't compare anything to 2020. I don't know. I don't know how. I mean, it's bad. I mean, it's just it's bad on its own, but you knew it was going to be. I mean, like, let's not sit here and go, well, this team has one really, really dynamic player, and they traded him away, and now we're wondering why the defense isn't so good. I mean, and that should be everybody, and blame the Cowboys too for thinking that they could make it work this year without it and without him.
You're right,
and it's not.
You're
I mean,
right,
let's all be surprised. I mean, I think everyone thought it could be better than this, but I mean, it's definitely not, and it doesn't look like it's going to be. I don't think Overshown's going to come save the day. I think he'll help, but I don't think he'll save the day. But
you know what scares me though, man, about this Monday coming up?
Kyler Murray.
He scares me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He scares me because the defense. It's just the defense. Like I'm not scared of his offense. Like I'm scared of our defense against him. Like his legs. It's the legs for me. It's like I'm feeling like it's about to be a Bears game again. I'm just crossing my fingers and saying, "Dag, please do whatever you can do to save this game." If he don't. I mean, that's the only way we win. Dak comes out and they play lights out offense.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a shootout. Whether anybody wants to believe it, we're going to be at home. I mean, I just don't. I don't see us get together. And I'm going to say, man, Cowboys fight. In the words of the old school, how about them Cowboys, man? Take care, Nick.
All right, then, thanks. All right, let's go to break here on Cowboys Storyline. We'll be right back after this.
Altec Lansing has been perfecting sound since 1927, bringing you decades of audio excellence to elevate your Dallas Cowboys tailgate ritual. Equip your next pregame with the Sound Rover 180 with 6 hours of playtime, built-in microphone, multicolor light modes, and a rugged exterior that's built to last. Visit alteclansing.com/Cowboys15 for 15% off your Sound Rover 180. That's ALTECLANSING.com/Cowboys15 for 15% off. Altec Lansing, official audio partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Cowboys Storyline, presented by Gillette, the official shave of the Dallas Cowboys.
Gillette's Best Shave is now available in cowboy colors, 50% longer lasting blades than Fusion. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor is available at gillette.com/NFL. All right, back here on Storyline. Let's go to caller here in Arizona. JR in Avondale, Arizona is next.
Morning, Nick. Happy Halloween.
Thank you.
Yeah, everyone's out there, y'all be safe tonight.
Sure.
So, I wanted to talk about, I said the best team won last week in the Broncos, and I think the best team's going to win this week. I don't know if that's my inner Cowboy coming out. I think Cowboys win this game 41-31. I think it's a close game, and I think I think Aubrey's going to have a long field goal over 60 yards to kind of stretch it out a little bit. So my biggest fear about this game is the Cardinals are coming off a bye week. Murray's coming back. Marvin Harrison has not had a good year, and we have Elam playing cornerback for us.
Yeah.
And I hope they don't let that guy get going. And they're going to have to deal with McBride. I get that. But don't let Marvin Harrison get going because he's going to kill us. And I don't know what the answer is. I'd maybe rather see Bridges out there maybe than Elam. Teams have targeted him over and over. And he's just not getting it done. And I don't mean to bag on him or what the solution is, but they need to do something, not let Marvin Harrison get rolling on us.
Yeah.
I think just talking about the defense, something I was thinking about last night, I don't think we talk enough about how much the defense misses DeMarcus Lawrence, misses Tank. I think he brought something to the defense that nobody else has this year. And I know he's injured a lot, but watching him play, he still can play. And I think we miss him a lot. So that's all I got, except I wanted to see if you could update on some of these guys that are out injured. Perrion Winfrey, I kind of forgot about him, and I saw him on the injury report on the ESPN last night.
Yeah, he can be back.
I think he would help. What about Phil Maffa? I'd like to see him get in there and relieve Williams a little bit with some more power running, and Butler on the corner. And that's all I got. Have a great day, and go Cowboys.
All right. Oh, man. I have a pen, and I should be writing stuff down. I mean, when a caller has like 9 points, I should be putting it down. All I remember is Maffa. I don't think he's going to be playing. Sorry, I'm laughing because I just saw Chris run off. So I guess we're not going to callers here. All right, well, that's a good caller to talk about. JR had a lot of points. I think that Maffa's on IR. I don't see him coming back anytime soon. He could, but they're going to keep getting Jaden Blue the ball as the second back there. Winfrey should be able to help their defensive tackle. I mean, this window's open. He's practicing. We'll see if he's able to play. I know the center, Cooper Beebe's, got a good chance to play this week. The guy I'm looking at to come back soon would be Malik Hooker at safety. It'll probably be after the bye for him. But, you mentioned the cornerback and Elam and Bridges. Guys, the pass rush has just been so awful. There's no pass rush. It doesn't matter. Elam, these guys can be good corners if you gave them some time. Take away the time. That's the problem. They have too much time to sit there and try to cover. They have to get to the quarterback faster. And these guys, it doesn't matter who it is. I mean, the best corner in the league. I don't care if Surtain's out there. Name the other 2-3 best corners in the league. If they don't have any pass rush, they're not going to be good at all. Those guys are going to give up plays. Dion would have given up plays if you didn't have anyone getting to the quarterback. I mean, eventually, the better ones are obviously can hang in there a little bit longer, but that's just been the biggest problem of this team. And so until they fix that, it doesn't matter who your corners are, really. I mean, they're picking on Elam. They're picking on Bridges because the quarterback's sitting there deciding, gets back to pass. He looks, first read, second read, balances the checkbook, third read, makes the throw, And if you're young enough, you don't even know what that is. People don't balance a checkbook anymore. But, that's what these quarterbacks have enough time to do. All right, Brian in Kansas City. Brian, what's up?
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I just heard Carolina's horn.
Yeah. Oh, he was coming through. He was coming to get you.
That's what he said, man. That's good stuff, man. That guy's you never know. Him and Ali, you just never know where they're going to be.
Never know where they're going to be. That's right. They're all over the place.
Oh, man. Hey, listen, I wrote these down so I could do it real fast, but I was going to play your dad's game and give you my all-time defense.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Up front, Haley, Too Tall, Randy, and Bob Lilly. In the linebacking crew, Hollywood, Sean Lee, Ken Norton. In the DBs, Dion, Everson, Woody, and Mel Renfro.
Nice.
Yeah. Couldn't lose with that one, could you?
No. Ken Norton gets a lot of love.
Yeah, well, I think it's that goal line stand.
Yeah.
And that highlight has been played so many times.
Yeah.
But it's a great stop. I mean, what the hell?
I did a top 10 list one time of the top 10 plays in Cowboys history that weren't touchdowns. And that one is like number 4 or 5 on the list, because it meant so much for that game. Just the way he stopped. And basically, it was one of those like, we're bigger than you, we're stronger than you, we're better than you, and we're going to win. And it doesn't matter where you are in the field, the Cowboys are just better than you today. And that's kind of the way that game played out.
Yeah, no kidding. That was a hell of a team.
Yeah.
Man, I was sorry to see him go switch sides, but boy, for those 2 years, he was, for those 2 Super Bowls, he was something for us. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So, hey, so I was just curious, and I asked Beam this too. What, I know for Monday Night Football, because I've been to only one, but I've been to one Monday Night Football game in my life. And, the environment's different because there's so much more attention. It's the only game on, that sort of thing. I was curious if it's anything different for you than a Sunday game. And I'll hang up and listen to that one. My score is 36-34. The Cowboys will win because we're at home. That seems to be the theme. We win when we're at home.
Yeah.
All right, man. Good to talk to you.
All right. Well, Monday Night Football, it's not it's a night game. And so it should be, it's fun, good atmosphere, should be electric. No reason why fans aren't there in their seats and ready to rock and all that. But for me personally, the only difference is just personal stuff. It's just, I'll tell you this show starts at 10 o'clock every morning, and my daughter's school has a 10:30 lunch, and she doesn't understand why I can never eat lunch with her. But on Monday of that Monday night game, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there to have lunch with her because we don't have a show that day. So I've known this for a while. So that's the big difference for me is I'll be able to have lunch with my daughter and my son, I guess, for that day. And then we go about 2 o'clock. Now, the next day, when I come back in at the house at 3 a.m. and we're here doing the show and take the kids to school at 7 a.m., I may not have the same kind of energy for Tuesday. So it would be nice to have a win and everybody calling and getting pumped about things and stuff like that. But so it's just personal stuff on the difference between the Monday night games for me. Which is what you asked. As for being at the stadium, it's just it's just a night game. And, we're there early and, it's good atmosphere. And you're not facing a team that has a ton of road fans. The Cardinals don't travel a whole lot. They don't even have a lot of fans at their own stadium. So, it's not one where it'll be a tough crowd to go up against and all that. It should be a true home game. Cowboys should go out and if they play like we've seen them play. They, at home, they should be able to be in good shape. All right, let's go to Greg in Sacramento.
Hey, Nick, how you doing?
Good, Greg. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I took an exception to something that Rob said the other day. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. How he was talking about how Jerry Jones is not all in on the Cowboys and stuff, and I don't know. I have to disagree with that. I feel like Jerry Jones is always and has been doing everything that he can, within the parameters of the rules that they set for him to do everything he can so the team can win. I don't know what it is about most Cowboys fans, but like when things aren't going right, they just want people to step down and take people's jobs and off with their heads type of thing. And I don't know. I never was on board with that. I think Jerry's doing great. Yeah, he has the GM title, but let's be real. Will McClay is the GM. He does all the stuff that a GM would do, and Jerry has people that he delegates. It's funny because Rob is quick to say he's a businessman. Well, how do you become a successful businessman? You got to learn how to delegate and then give things over to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think anyway. I wanted to say I disagree with Rob.
I appreciate that stance because there's a lot of people that have the other view and and if you don't think he was joking, if that wasn't a tongue-in-cheek comment, then that's on you. That's really that's your fault there. So,
right.
Anyways.
So I wanted to give a score prediction. I was so up in the air about this one. I don't know I don't know my team, so I don't know if we're going to win or not. Because I mean, the previous game we won 44-22. The next game we lose 40-44 or 46-20, whatever the score was. I just I don't know what to do, but I want to say the Cowboys are going to win. So I want to say maybe it'll be 30-27 Cowboys.
All right.
And then I just have one quick question for you, Nick. What do you want to see from this Arizona game as far as the Cowboys defense goes? And that's what I got.
Turnover. Stop. Sacks. I'm going to get off the field, like first drive of the game. How about that? So sorry for the call that we have through the window here. We have the awesome the Cowboys Make-A-Wish kids that are coming through. They come through every Friday. I was trying to make the line when they walked through. It's only one of the coolest things that happens, but the show started right at 10, so I missed it. But they walk through here. I get a chance to wave to them. So that's cool for me to be able to do that. One of my favorite things that we do for the Cowboys is on Fridays when you see the kids in their faces when they come in and all the employees line up and cheer for them and all that. I just missed it, but it's cool. The part of their tour was to come through right here, so I gave a wave through the window. Greg, your questions are, going back to what you said about Jerry, I really, it was kind of a joking conversation, and what I took from that, and if you kind of know Jerry, and I'm not saying I know him like really well, but I mean, I get the sense that talking to a reporter about this business venture that he has, is almost like the elephant in the room. Like this is a big deal, such a big deal. Like that's why I'm not trying to fix this defense. Like knowing how, like it's like this is what I've got going on, and everyone in the world knows this. And so it's kind of a joking conversation, basically saying this is the biggest thing that's happening here, is trying to figure out this defense. So I'm on the phone with you though. This is pretty big. Whatever it is. The thing about what I hate about the Jerry criticism and we all know that the GM is really this or all that, and it's like it's almost like moving the goalpost, because if the Cowboys make a trade for Pickens or get Javonte Williams and he's turned out great, or they do have a nice draft pick, or somebody figured out that this tackle at Tulsa, Tyler Smith, can actually be an all-pro guard, or whatever it is, Jerry never gets credit for that. That wasn't Jerry. He's got some people helping him. But any other move that's made or not made, or the trade, or this pick that didn't work out, or Mozzie or Taco or whatever, that's Jerry. All he cares about is that, so it's like pick a side, like pick one, because it can't be both. And that's the thing that's always frustrating to me about this. Let's go to break real quick on Cowboy Storyline. I'll be right back after this.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
All right, Cowboys fans, this one's for you. Gillette's Best Shave has a new look this season, and they've got one that sticked out in Cowboys colors just for us. We're going to want to run, not walk to this one, y'all. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor isn't just Gillette's best shave. With 50% longer lasting blades than Fusion, it's the best a Cowboys fan can get. Get it while you can at Gillette.com/NFL. Gillette's Best Shave is also available as heated.
Back to Cowboys Storyline, presented by Gillette, the official shave of the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, back here on Cowboys Storyline. Got time for a couple more calls here. Let's go to Zach in Atlanta. Has been holding. Zach, what's up?
Hey, Nick the Quick. What's up, my guy?
What's up with you?
I'm Anthony in Miami for Halloween. Shout out to Anthony. Call in, buddy. We miss you.
Are you gonna do a rap song?
I'm not going to do a rap song, but I've got some Anthony optimism for my call today. So guess what, buddy? Trick or treat. All right. Monday is coming, and in the spirit of today, we got some tricks, we got some treats. My prediction for the game: a couple tricks for you, Nick. A flea flicker. from the Cowboys, a successful one, but a flea flicker. I think we're going to see it. Man, another trick, a fake punt. Why not? You know, we're talking about going forward on fourth downs, things like that. Why not slip in a fake punt? Keep the defense, special teams on their toes. Treats. We're going to get a punt return for a touchdown. Big special teams day because Brandon Aubrey's tacking on a 60-something yard field goal. Maybe the record. That would be pretty cool. But the final treat of them all. When I look at Kyler Murray play football, he kind of looks like a Teddy Graham to me. You know, the little graham cracker Teddy Graham. He's a small buddy. But he can play ball. He's cooked us, I think, every time he's played us. But guess what, Nick? The zombies who have been sleepwalking on this defense, particularly the pass rush, the zombies are going to wake up and they're coming for blood. We are going to be the house on the block that hands out not apples, not toothbrushes, but crushed up Teddy Graham packages because Kyler Murray's going down for a couple sacks. Score is going to be 37-31 Cowboys. Let's get it. Talk to y'all soon.
All right. Appreciate it. A lot of good stuff there. I love the creativity, man. And I could, you know, I would laugh even more about, you know, the Teddy Graham comment, but you're like, you never beat him. So that's not really that funny. And he doesn't lost at AT&T Stadium at Allen High School, Oklahoma Cardinals. He plays well here. He's coming back from injury. They've been talking about maybe Jacoby Brissett, of all people, should be taking his spot. I mean, he's got stuff to prove, so he's coming in here ready to roll, and it's going to be a challenge. But, I mean, the one thing that makes me think that, you know, the Cowboys have a shot is that I don't think Arizona's defense is going to stop them. I really don't. Cowboys coming off a game like that, usually it's an up and down, up and down. I don't know if I should call them a roller coaster anymore. This is just an elevator. I mean, it's what it is. I mean, it's just up and it's down, and then sometimes it stops, sometimes it looks broken. Maybe they have to get the little phone out there and make a call to someone, but it's just up, it's down, it's all the way to the top. It just sits there at the basement level. That's kind of what this team is right now. But good stuff. A lot of, if that all happens on special teams, I mean, we had a caller that didn't even know the special teams coach's name, Nick Sorensen. You get a fake punt, a 66-yard field goal, and a Turpin punt return for a touchdown, and he's going to be getting some flowers for sure. All right, Champ in Nebraska is next.
Hey, good morning, Nick. Happy Halloween.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Good morning to you.
Hey, I had a minute here. Brought my son. He's going to try to get his driver's permit today, and I thought I'd call in, and I got through, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Real quick, your dad's game,
yeah.
If you'll bear with me, I took it to a whole nother level. I got my first, second, and third team I'm going to read off to you. That's a joke. I just wanted to see your face when I watch this on the playback later because I know that you're like, make this quick.
We gotta make, yeah. But you know what? I am. I'll say this. I am happy that you guys are having fun with this game. My dad is probably watching. He hasn't had the best week, I can tell you that. And he's gonna be okay. But he loves watching this, and he loves hearing you guys kind of take the game to another level as well. So go for it, man. If all people this week, he needs it.
Honestly, I really don't have it. That was more of a joke. But, hey, prayers to your dad. I hope that whatever he's dealing with, that he be blessed.
Yeah.
So my call, I've had a theory for a few years now that the trade season, it seems like the Cowboys can make a little trade. You know, they'll get a Mingo or something like that, but they never can make a splash trade. And I know you've said in the past it takes two. Two teams got to be willing to do that. But I've wondered ever since the trade back in the 90s when we fleeced Minnesota, and I understand trades work way differently nowadays, that nobody wants to be seen as or be felt like they got taken advantage of by Jerry Jones the way Minnesota did back in the day. And that's why other teams aren't willing to trade with us the way they do with Philadelphia. Philadelphia pulls off decent trades all the time. But nobody wants to be having true blue made about them in 30 years because of the trade that they made in 2025 that got the Cowboys back over the hump. So I don't know. That may not be a thing or not, but that's kind of my theory for why we don't ever seem to land those big trades. I know we've supposedly called around about some guys, but nobody wants to go with it. Is it the Raiders really want to keep somebody that they think is really special, or Jacksonville, nobody in particular, just do they really want to keep their players when they're doing as bad as they are? Lastly, my score prediction, I think that the Cowboys are going to bounce back from last week. I really, really wanted to go to Denver. Being from Nebraska, it's not too far, but I've been there the last 2 times they played there, and it didn't go well. Watching the game Sunday, I was like, gosh, I'm so glad I didn't make that trip. But I think we bounce back this week. I think the Cowboys pull it off 33-24.
All right.
Nick, you guys have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, champ. All right. I don't know. You're saying since the Herschel Walker trade, nobody wants to make a trade like that with the Cowboys. They don't make splash trades. You just made the biggest one since Herschel Walker. And now, that's the same type of thing. It was the same type of trade. They traded away a guy that they thought, wasn't going to sign here and not to the level that he did. So I feel like they made that trade. You can't get more splashier than trading Micah Parsons for 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark. That's what they did, and that's the splash of this era of trades. And so I don't think anyone's afraid of making trades with the Cowboys. I think you learn lessons from things like that. The biggest part of that deal that people forget that you don't do anymore is they gave 5 players to the Cowboys thinking that Jerry and the Cowboys would need these 5. Like, oh, these guys will help you because you guys are terrible. We don't really think they'll help the Vikings, but we'll give you these guys and you'll love them. You'll love Darren Nelson and Jesse Solomon and Ike Holt and David Howard and whoever they were. You'll love them. But if you end up cutting them, we'll give you draft picks for them. But you'll love them. Okay. Well, cut. We'll keep him, but cut. Thanks for the picks. So that just added even more picks. Nobody's doing that anymore. So it's not about Jerry thing. That's just like, that was dumb. Don't do that again. Here's what not to do anymore. And then they'll do that. So that's part of the evolution of trades, I guess, in the NFL. Things like that. Somebody was trying to get cute and it didn't work out. Kind of like, 2nd and 1 at the 1 and trying to get cute, not running the ball to your powerhouse running back that did play for that team, that wants to score against them, but let's throw it over here and let's see if we'll score at some point. Sometimes you get too cute. That's what happened there. All right, fun show, guys. Good Halloween spirit. Hope you guys have a good night, a good weekend, obviously, and we'll see what happens Monday night. Remember, we'll do the show on Tuesdays. Next week's schedule is going to be a little different. No show Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday shows, no shows on Thursday and Fridays. We get to the bye week and a much-needed bye week, but definitely we'll talk about it on Tuesday. Hopefully you guys are in a good mood because the Cowboys figured out a way to beat the Cardinals and Kyler Murray. We'll see if that's what we're talking about on Tuesday. For Chris Beam, I'm Nick Eatman. See you on Tuesday. Cowboys Storyline.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?